How to make a killer tutorial video. Not every expert is an expert teacher. Not every teacher is a good teacher. For the most part, transferring knowledge is far harder than 90% of the population can even comprehend. If everyone that put on the mantle of teacher were good at it, the entire school system would be filled with people making 100% on tests, and they would have 100% retention. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 points that will not only make you a good giver of knowledge, but it will be so good that your clients, students, audience will know the information at the level you want to convey. The beginners will be excellent beginners. The intermediates will be excellent intermediates. And the pros will be the best pros. Don't worry, the pros won't take over your job because you will be the expert instructor, a skill all by itself. Let me first say that there is nothing worse than trying to actually learn something and the person either not knowing what they're talking about, or worse, not actually teaching you what they know. So, here are 5 points to make a killer tutorial video. Number 1. Set definitions. You can break down tremendous walls by simply defining the lingo that you're dealing with. Definitions are easy, and it sets the tone so that everyone is on the same page. And by setting definitions, you can build the expectation of the entire tutorial. Today, you're going to learn XYZ, and that's it. Bad habits. Not setting definition creates potential confusion, and even at the pro level, the audience might be thinking of their dog that died that day, and their head isn't grasping what you want them to know. Definitions will knock them out of whatever they're thinking about and make them focus. Number 2, hand-holding is expected in a tutorial. So do it. If you're physically teaching or teaching online, your audience expects you to hold their hand. That's what they are there for. That's what you're there for. Any notion that you're not going to hold their hand means you need to stop and go do something else other than teach people how to do stuff. Bad habits. Zooming past instructions or assuming people already know is a high sin in a tutorial. Even pros have different levels of pro, and maybe what they learned covered 5, 6, and 7, not 2, 3, and 4. So holding everyone's hand in a tutorial is the thing to do. Number 3, repeat, repeat, repeat. If you have defined something in your tutorial, try to use that definition 90% of the time in the first 50% of the tutorial. If it's a specific way to do something like right click, keep saying right click at least 20 times after first saying it. Repeating solidifies what you expect the student to do, and it solidifies what they should be doing. Bad habits. Skipping over instructional instructions of how to do something and assuming they know how to do it without you mentioning it is bad. So be sure to instruct and repeat, and instruct and repeat. Number 4, start out super general and end super specific. People learn better when it is about something specific, but you don't want to start out super specific. Build a foundation of very general understanding and keep jumping to related things that point to the specific topic in the end. All of those arrows pointing to that thing will reinforce how to get to that specific topic, which helps retain the information. Now, you cannot do this if you don't know the material yourself. And this is what makes a bad teacher, when they don't know the material themselves. And it's very obvious if you tell somebody, okay, start with a very general statement and keep going, funneling down to specific, more specific, more specific till you get to the very end. If you don't know the information yourself, you can't go from general all the way down to specific. Bad habits, jumping to specific topics from the beginning. Normally, because an impatient student says you're going too slow. Impatience isn't a virtue during receiving instruction, neither by the teacher nor the student. Guarantee the impatient student will miss things if you really jump to specific topics. So do not listen to impatient students, even if they're paying you. Number 5, set up expectations and consistently create more expectations. If you set an expectation in the first paragraph, I want you to know the temperature that chocolate starts to melt. The student will then know to pay attention to the temperature that chocolate starts to melt. The next paragraph, you could say, I want you to know how to set up a double boiler to help melt chocolate. Setting the expectation focuses the mind. Bad habits. Not setting an expectation sets up the student to be all over the place, be super confused about what is even going on, and not knowing what is important or what to focus on. Always set expectations and keep setting the new ones. And that's it. You will come out with a killer tutorial video, and your students will actually learn something. I cannot stress in this day of random picking topics that you know nothing about, and then thinking because you heard something once that you can base your entire career off of making tutorials about that topic, although you don't actually even make stuff doing it yourself, really ticks me off, because it becomes obvious to anyone that actually does work with that thing that you have no idea what you're talking about. Or even worse, you relied on teachers before you that literally don't have a clue themselves either. Now you and your teacher before you look foolish. Finally, always add facts to your tutorial. Facts destroy feelings, hunches, and pondering about the topic at hand. That way, your students don't run around feeling they know something. They know something. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, leave a comment, share the video. I have a merch store. I'll leave it in the comment. And please support the channel. This channel literally is almost dead. I am getting like 1 view an hour from about 50 videos. That's terrible. At my worst, I was getting 1,000 views per video from 50 videos, or the top 100 videos. So this is really bad. This is something that YouTube is doing. We know they're doing it, and they don't feel any compunctions to do anything different. They want all the views to go to the top 0.1% of the videos. That way they can charge more. They don't understand that they can charge more if a billion videos get views versus one video gets a billion views. You see what I'm saying? Thank you all for watching.